flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
Hey everybody, welcome to the program on a Monday. It is live at 5. It's our backstage hall pass to the weekend music. We call it the Weekend Update. It's coming right at you right after this.
It's the weekend review. Top 5 coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With all around, plan to do it well. So all around town radio show. It's where I go for the latest band info.
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. There we go. All right, let's see who's checking in today first. That's first and foremost always on the program. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. Thank you for being here today. Yeah, I'm a little tired after this weekend. I will admit it. I'm not as young as I used to be. Neither is Ed Sawicki, who spent the whole weekend with me as well. How you feeling, Ed? You doing all right? Yes, it was great spending the weekend with you as well. And what a great weekend of music we had. We are going to recap it here today in our Monday show. That's what's coming your way. So hopefully you're all doing well out there. And who else we got? Carla is in the house. Thank you, Carla, for joining us. Jay Grant has joined us on the YouTube channel. Happy Monday to you, brother. John Esper is with me. Got to see him over the weekend as well. He came down from Columbus to Springfest. Steve came to Springfest as well. Good to have you. The mighty Mr. Mbop himself, Seth Hansen. How are you? Heck of a weekend. Yes. Yes. You think one of those trains are, I think those trains hit me about every half hour coming down the tracks there in Miamisburg, man. Wow. Yeah, I've been totally spent all day too, Ed, but I did go to the gym. Sat in the massage chair. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of working out today. No, but got a little spa time in today. I did. So we got to get it started. I've got a ton to talk about today. If you're out there, we'd love to hear you say hi. So please give us a little shout out today. If you're new to the show, especially, please drop a line to us there in the comments. I will tell you there's a couple things that I did over the week that I'm going to put off to another time. I'm going to pretty much focus on Springfest in the Burg here if I can, and we'll chat about that. We will. And this is your weekend update for May 18th, 2026, your hall pass to local music, everybody. So thank you for being with me today. And your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more here at All Around Town Radio. Don't forget to hit the share button on our programming throughout the week. Give us a little help there in supporting the live local music community that we like to do. Steve's throwing in who he got to see. I'm going to throw that up there. I don't have time to read them today. I've got too much to talk about, but I'll put it in the comments. Thank you, Steve. Looks like you had a great weekend, my friend. Great to see you at Springfest, too. So I will tell you, don't forget, we're on all the socials, guys. We're on the X, we're on the Insta, Facebook, TubeView, and TikTok also. So that's what's shaking there. And our weekly programming here, of course, Monday, the weekend update. Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday, brought to you by the Bell and the Bear. My co-host, Karis. Wednesday with the band at noon, and then every Thursday at 5. Who's Playing Out? Brought to you by our friends at Heather's. It's the best musicians and venues in the tri-state, and where they're playing for the week, guys. So join us for that. Enough of the commercial stuff. Let's talk about real quick, backing up into last week. We're going to talk about last week on Wednesday for just a moment. It was Name That Tune. I do it every week at Heather's on the patio. These people that have been there for 7 years with us, you're all amazing. If you're watching today, thank you so much. 28 teams, and it was chilly cold. And they're still out there on the patio, the covered patio, having a great time. We had a wonderful evening Wednesday night. So thank you to the 28 teams that played at Heather's. And you guys make my day every Wednesday, man. It's a wonderful night of fun and music festivities there for real. Rick Maxwell in the house. Good to have you playing with us on Friday night. We're going to talk about the Overdrive Band here in just a minute. Scott Bennett, thank you for being there. And yes. And what did Jeff said? Thanks for taking time out of my busy weekend to stop by Heather's. Yeah. Jeff, I'm going to feature you guys on a different show, just so you know, because I've got too much from Springfest to cover today. But I did get some photos of you. We're going to get those posted up. Got to see Push Button Radio. I'll say it real quick on Friday night after Springfest. I made a point of getting down to Heather's for just the last hour of their set and checked them out. And I'll talk about them on a different show here. But let me just tell you, it was a great time. The people had a great time as well. They did. Scott Bennett from Abe's Lincoln, thank you for being with us. John Esper, thank you for being here. Yeah, the girl on the balancing ball was pretty wild next to the stage. If you got to see those videos, that was cool. We'll try to get that video posted on our page, too, if you didn't get to see it. And Glenn, I'll post what you said there. I don't have time to read them. My good buddy, Steve Stein, thank you for being with me, too. We'll chat about Steve here in a moment. Kara, always fun on Wednesdays to have you guys there. Thank you so much for being faithful players for so many years. So many years. All right, guys, again, say hi if you're out there, but I want to talk about one more thing I did see over the week is Thursday night. I was taking the night off to rest the vocal cords and all that and try to be able to talk all weekend long, which I did survive, by the way. Saw Brooks and Doug at Heather's on the patio for a little bit, just went down and chilled out, sat with Heather and her husband, Jerry, and watched that for a few minutes and had a great time with Brooks and Doug. And we'll talk about them on that other segment that we throw in there as well. I have some photos of them to post on our page. Just too much stuff going on this week. So we're talking about Springfest today. Springfest in the Burg. I don't know how many years I've been there. A whole lot. But as the MC. And it is just a fantastic event. And before I start anything, as I posted on the page today, I've got to give a huge shout out to our production team. Twilight Sound and Light, Mike Coons and company. Absolutely stellar job every year. If you can have a festival, a 3-day festival, and never have a band go on late, man, that is hats off to the production crew. Because these guys are pros. They moved them on and off the stage quickly. They set them up right. They sound checked them right. And we didn't have a problem all weekend long, which, thank the Lord and everything else for that. But that's just an amazing feat in itself. And my friend Steve Stein, who's on here, he's like the all-around good guy there who does everything. If I'm busy doing something or whatever, I look at Steve and say, hey, we got this, or he's on it, man. Steve is on everything there. He's so invaluable to having at the place. And thank you, Steve, for doing what you do, my friend. And not only that, he's a good sound man too. He's out there doing sound for a lot of bands around, and he plays bass, and he knows the music business. So that really helps as well. It does. Let's see who else is in here. The Dude Radio is with me. Thank you. It was good to meet you yesterday and see you. I think we've met before maybe that day, but it was great to be able to talk to you yesterday or day before, whatever the hell day it was. It all runs together. Heather, thank you so much. Julie, thank you for being here. Ed said they truly did impressive work. It's seamless, man. And there was even some hiccups that the audience didn't know about that happened with the sound, and they just handled it. Mike is such a laid back pro, man, and his crew, and he just gets it done. So again, thank you to that group. And I want to thank the committee, especially Devin and Dan, for having me back every year to be their MC. Got to thank them for that. That's a huge event for me, and I love it. I love what I do there. I love the fact that I get to mention all the sponsors and things. And I know a lot of people get tired of hearing somebody get on stage and say, this is brought to you by this person or that person. But remember, those are the people that give you the opportunity to see the music. They're paying for it. So we got to mention them. That's what they pay for is, get a little name recognition and support the festival. And that's what we do. So there's too many to mention here. Just some big hitters every year are Jane's on Main and Miamisburg and Bennett's. And then the Miamisburg Moose, who's the presenting sponsor of the entire event. Without them, this would not be possible at all. And no way that it was going to even take place. So thank you to all that. I do want to put in one little disclaimer, though, for the musicians out there, I've got to say, because I get hit up with this. Unlike some festivals that I do where I get to pick the music and the lineup, this is not one. The committee picks the lineup. I get up and talk about the lineup, and we promote the lineup, and we do all that. And usually I know the lineup, but it is not my pick. So please don't call me, ask me those kind of things. I'll refer you to the committee, and they put out every year a call for musicians if you want to get involved in this. And that's kind of how that works. And the other ones I do that I pick, then call me and we'll get you on the list and all that. But that's how it works. So thank you all so much for supporting Springfest. And that is what I wanted to say to get that started with. We're going to start out with Friday night at Springfest. And let me say hi to a few people. And then, guys, I'm going to kind of go radio silent on the comments here until I get through some of this. Hi, Noah. Thank you for being here. Jim McCarthy. Thank you so much, my friend Connie. While I've got Connie on here, let me say Connie and her husband, Carl, you guys may know him. Connie and Carl Dell that are out there. Carl's doing all kinds of videoing. He's got a YouTube channel. And I think he pretty much captured most of the event all weekend long. So thank you. And Connie doing her pictures and her stuff as well. It takes a village, guys, to support live local music. And these are two great influencers who do that. So please give them your support as well. Follow their pages and all those fun things, because they're out there every week getting video and talking about bands and doing those things. And that's what we're here for. So thank you, Connie and Carl. Great to see you over the weekend. Wish I could have spent more time with you, but you get it. You know what I was doing, and I know what you were doing. And we was busy. We was busy. Mike Carnes, thank you. Ladder in the house that opened for 38 special, by the way, the other day. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sean Cooper in the house from Milano's. Thank you. Just talking about you today, actually. We did mention that Ben and Peter at Milano's next Wednesday when they played. Hi, Billy. Thank you for being here. David Linda, thank you. Spiros, it was great to see you, man, over the weekend. No spring fling anymore, buddy. It's called Springfest in the Burg. Not just a fling anymore. Keep that in mind. Committee will throw things at you. Ed says kudos to Connie and Carl, too. Thank you so much, guys. Seth, yes, follow their YouTube, high-def videos for local bands, sound and videos, top-notch. Thank you, Seth, for that shameless plug for them as well. And, yeah, Kevin Coffey said all 3 days sounded great. You had a booth, huh, Kevin? I never made it past the stage. Sorry, buddy. Never made it past the stage. I didn't. And thank you, Connie. I appreciate your support as well, and you're a great supporter of what we do too. So thank you for that. All right. Tessa Marie kicked it off Friday night, 5:00. The festival opened. Her smooth little vocals that she does, I just love. I've known Tessa since she was 14 and I was taller than her. I'll just say that. She plays a mix of great country music. She has some original songs, and she's in the process now of doing a lot more writing and producing original songs for herself. I'm so proud of her. She's a wonderful young lady. If you've never met Tessa, once you meet her, you're friends for life. She's a wonderful lady, like I said, and doing a wonderful job of kicking off Friday night. And something special happened Friday. Tessa started playing one of her original tunes, and all of a sudden, Overdrive's setting up on the stage, and they're getting everything ready to play. They're the next band up. And Gary Ridgway has his fiddle out, and he catches the line that she's playing and all that, and he starts fiddling along with her and walks over to her, and she looks over and says, "Are you mic'd?" And he wasn't at the time. So I ran over there as quickly as I could get over there with my microphone and held it up to the fiddle. And Gary played fiddle on her original, and it was a moment to remember. It was so special and so good. And Tessa was still riding high after the show about that. She was like, that was the coolest thing ever. So, Gary, if you're out there watching, even afterwards or whatever, please get in the studio with Tessa when she records that one and put that fiddle line down on the track because it was so good. And Rick went to the Jeff Tate show. I had Jeff Tate on the show. If you haven't looked that one up, look that one up on social media on our YouTube channel. You can see my interview with Jeff Tate, Rick. It was a good one and a fun one. And John says, thanks for all the pictures, Ed. And Billy tells Steph she's welcome to my sweatshirt anytime I got one in the truck. Anytime. She looked cold. She did. She did for real. And howdy, everyone. All right. Rick says, miss Saturday night due to Jeff. There we go. Not Friday. Okay, I got you. Hi, Pete Davidson. How are you? Yeah, impromptu moments like that are so special. And that's what's cool about a hometown festival like this, too. That makes it really, really special. For real. And just so you know, Tessa Marie, it's Tessa Marie Music. In fact, I need to... I'm going to go through some sheets as I do here to make sure I get it right on the social media. She's been playing, over 10 years since she was like, 14 years old, something like that. She's a youngster. But she's released several songs, one of them called Don't Call Me Darlin'. And that's a good one. Definitely, I heard that one. And she was sponsored by Jane's on Main on Friday night. So that Jane's on Main sponsored the entire Friday night at the festival. So thanks to my girl, Tessa Marie. Every year we say we're going to go have sushi. She likes sushi. I like sushi. We're going to find sushi sometime, Tessa, if you're watching. All right. Thank you for that. And you can follow her at Tessa, Tessa1S, Marie Music, if you will, for real. So let's talk about the next one, the headliner for Friday night. Tessa opened the show. We had the, let me say we had the opening ceremonies, and that was really cool. The committee came up. We had the national anthem that was sung by Miss Diamond Coleman, who is Miss Radiance World US, who has an incredible story of, it's hard to put into terms, but rags to riches, basically. Family was homeless and all this, and the girl's getting ready to get a master's degree, and she's done it through pageantry. And what an amazing young lady. Sings great, sang the national anthem. A wonderful opening to the show. And then Mayor Michelle Collins, who's always so great from Miamisburg, got up there and spoke, and her council was there. And then the committee gave 3 scholarships away to high school seniors at Miamisburg, which part of the proceeds of this festival goes to. Just a great way to open the whole thing. And that was a good way to jump on it and do it. Karen says, Gary and Overdrive are top-notch music. They are. We're going to talk about them. Let's talk about Overdrive. All right, these guys been together since 1996. They're all second-generation musicians. I will say that. Tommy on guitar and vocals, Dave on bass, Gary on the fiddle, guitar, vocals, Mark on guitar, and Rick on drums. All of them so vocally deep, so great on the harmonies, bringing you what I like to call Southern country. That's kind of what I tag them as. But they took the stage by storm on Friday night, man, and they did it. Good crowd Friday night. These guys are pros. They're all pros. They've been playing music long enough that they come in, they get set up, they're ready, and they hit the stage on time, and they make it happen. And you can find them at Overdrive Band Ohio on the social media, if you will. And they were brought to us by Jane's on Main also. And I want to thank Dave Worrell from Collins Real Estate. He is a realtor there. He sponsors our production team, and also Albert Services sponsors the production team and me as well as the MC. And I got to give a big shout out to those guys for being a supporter of us. Overdrive, anybody I mentioned today, guys, please go to their page and give them a follow so you can see what they're doing. And this band plays just a variety of country music. And it's from kind of the edgy Southern rocky country music to just good, smooth harmonics. They did a Poco song, which was really good. I think it was the first time they had actually done it on stage. They've opened for the Bellamy Brothers, Terry Clark, John Michael Montgomery, Craig Morgan. So they've been out there and done it. So Overdrive headliner on Friday night, absolutely a great choice to have there in the Burg. And they're a hit at the Miamisburg Moose, who's our presenting sponsor. And when they play there, they pack that place out. Just a bunch of fun guys and really a good time. So that was our Friday night, guys. We were done it. They played 7 to 9, 2-hour set, and did a little encore for me, which I appreciated. Ended with The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and then the encore song, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, I believe, is what they threw at the crowd. And that was another one that made our day there on a Friday night. Weather held off for us. It was good. And then did I talk about the fiddle? This is a standing joke I have with the other band Gary's in, Lakes Ridge, because they're always like, all you talk about is the damn fiddle. I said, yeah, I like the fiddle. I like Gary. And but perfect harmonies, guys. Perfect harmonies with these folks too. And singing, amazing singing through the whole thing. They're so vocally deep as well. So Overdrive, thank you so much for Friday night. Now let's move to Saturday. Unfortunately, Mother Nature threw a little storm at us on Saturday in the morning, which put the ixnay on the parade. The parade was started and then kind of had to cancel because of the lightning storm, and it rained some more. And unfortunately, we had to strike 2 groups that were going to perform, and those were our local dance studios that perform every year. Vicky Joe Dance Studio has been around 70 years or something like that. Amazing people there. And those little girls all came from the parade, came to the stage thinking they were going to perform. And then we all made a collective decision to not do it because first of all, the weather wasn't good. The parents weren't going to stand out in a pouring rainstorm and watch them. And we didn't have anywhere to put the girls while they were backstage that wasn't in the rain. So we had to cancel that. And Jeannie Moreland's dance studio as well had to cancel that. So we kicked off at noon with our music. It was still raining. Side stage. We had 2 stages going. Side stage. Young man who travels around Miamisburg and busks for money, basically. Plays his music, sits there. He's a busker. He is. His stage name is London Blue. His real name is Adonis. First time ever on a stage. Noon rain, pouring the rain. All of a sudden, here comes this family, huge family, friends, schoolmates in the audience, and they stand out in the rain watching this young man play. It was a moment. And, when you bring local, this is a kid that's well known in Miamisburg. If you go downtown and walk the streets, you see him standing on a corner playing music. And how cool is that? And, it's so cool. Hey, if you're out there, guys, make some comments. Love to hear from you today. I would. But yeah, so he's having the time of his life up there. And he had some very cool arrangements of popular songs. He kicked off with the Foo Fighters. It was just so very, so very special. And, I got to say, too, you can find him at London Blue on social media. He's working on an EP. He's got an original song called City of Hope, and he's been playing for 7 years, and I don't know how old he is, but he's young. Really, really kind of cool. Yes, I thought. Very, very cool. And I'm trying to remember now. It's all running together in my head. If somebody's out there and can remind me, was it his family that he dedicated the song to his dad? He kicked off. Yes, it was. It was him because his dad had been in the military for 22 years. So he said his dad was his hero, and he did an arrangement of Foo Fighters' Hero, My Hero, that was just amazing. And had everybody tearing up from his dedication. And then he dedicates one to his sister, who's in the Navy as well. So not only did he bring positivity to the stage, patriotism, and absolute just joy that he threw out at the audience by being able to play a stage for the first time. And it is very cool, Carla. And those are the moments you love about small town festivals. You do. And Ed said, loved Adonis's performance and getting the pic with him and all his followers. Yes. Wasn't that cool? And they were troopers, man, standing in that rain. And then the rain kind of left. It did. Kind of as he ended up his set, the rain kind of got out of there. But I got to give him a big shout out. London Blue, guys. Very good. Follow him on socials at London Space Blue. London Space Blue it is. Next up, my friends from Finding Melissa on Saturday. Stephanie, Kenny, and Melissa. We found her. We did. This group is amazing. What more can I say? I've talked about them so many times on the show that you're probably tired of hearing about them, but I'm going to talk about them again. Perfect band, perfect harmonies, amazing song choices and arrangements. That is Finding Melissa. They would be a perfect fit for any type of corporate event you may have, any type of night spot where you want a nice laid back evening of great music. And the arrangements they do with certain songs will amaze you. I mean, when you're talking a Dokken song from the 80s that they just make their own and just, it's so special. Finding Melissa, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful group. I'm looking at comments here. Let me see what we got here. Yes, Carla, it was beautiful. It was great. And Kenny Patterson in the house. So you got the short straw to hang out with Mike for 3 days, man, Kenny. 3 days I had to put up with that grumpy old man. Where's Mike? Is he out there? Just one thing I learned about Mike over the weekend that I didn't really know is, first of all, he can do, they had a bar class, it's like aerobics thing and all that, he can actually move. He was kind of grooving up there, but he also gets hangry. You got to feed Mike, but never feed him after midnight. So Finding Melissa, you can find him on Facebook and Instagram at Finding Melissa. Obviously a fan favorite of Springfest for sure. And just want to thank Kenny for his great guitar work. He was sporting my Haul Around Town apparel. Melissa for her boots that Ed got in his Shoes That Rock series. And Stephanie for borrowing my sweatshirt because she was freezing. And it was chilly, I will say, on the Saturday morning. It was fairly chilly. And thanks to Finding Melissa, we've talked about him a lot. Let's move on to Allie Auburn, who was next up from New Jersey, now living in Lexington, Kentucky. I'd never seen her before. She apparently plays Jane's on Main in Miamisburg occasionally. This girl was good. I loved her voice. She's got a wonderful voice, wonderful style about her, wonderful stage presence, and really did well at interacting with the audience. So Allie, A-L-I Auburn, it's Allie Auburn Music on Facebook and Instagram. She's been playing music for 17 years. Let's see what else I had on her. She has an album, My Own Way, and she's open for Chris Young and Zach Brown. So this girl's good. She is wonderful. One Way, that album, My Own Way, is on all the streaming services, by the way. Again, just a local find. She's playing the local corner bar there, wine bar called Jane's on Main, who actually sponsored Friday night completely. And it was so cool that she got to play and I got to hear her play. And I'm going to go hear her again. She's one of those, when she comes to town, man, I'm going to go check her out because I want to hear a whole set from her. We really didn't get, I get to introduce them and they play a little bit. I have to be ready to introduce the next band and all that. I don't get a chance to hear everything. But thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you very much. We did have great music, didn't we? It was fantastic. So thank you, Allie Auburn from Lexington, Kentucky now, but via New Jersey. And we'll see her again. Then we had Shorta Stable, a Miamisburg favorite. New format, though, as a party band. I'd been told, I hadn't seen them. I've been told they had changed kind of genres, so to speak. Because they did 90s alt rock stuff and 90s rock for a long time and were good at it. Tiffany has a voice. She could sing the phone book, man. This girl's powerhouse vocals. And Tiffany did a great job of pulling these songs off. And the rest of the band got a little vocally deep, too. There was some singing going on from, I think Harlan was singing. There was whole Mike throwing in some fun stuff there as well. So, Tiffany on vocals, Mike on guitar and vocals, Adam on bass. Adam Montgomery's one of the most animated bass players I've ever seen. He's fantastic. And Nick back there on drums. Harlan is on vocals and DJing there. He's doing the scratchy wiki stuff and all that in the songs. And they did a great set. Short of Stable. You can see them play all around town. I mean, they're everywhere, playing all kinds of places. And follow them at Short of Stable Band on Instagram and Facebook if you'd like to. They were sponsored by Good Time Charlie's. Want to give Andrew Baker a big shout out. Thanks for sponsoring Short of Stable. And they are a staple at Good Time Charlie's as well. You can catch them there quite a bit. So thanks to Tiff for her great vocals. Always fun to hear her sing. Next up on Saturday, David Thornton hit the stage on the side stage. He was our supporting act for our headliner that played that evening, Audio Graffiti. And David's from Middletown. He was sponsored by Jane's on Main and been playing music 40 years, people. He gives private guitar lessons. He hosts the acoustic open jam night at Jane's on Main every Thursday from 7 to 10. You can find David at David Thornton Acoustic on Facebook and Instagram. And one thing I will say about David Thornton, he is the master. If you know what a looper is and the harmonic pedals and those kind of things, he's a master of using them without you really knowing he's using them. He doesn't overplay them, but he has such great tone from his guitar, and David plays a variety of stuff that people really relate to. If you want to hear him, hear him do Pink Floyd sometimes, Zeppelin, he's a phenomenal player and a great guy too. David is, and it's always a pleasure to have him there at Springfest. And again, he's one of those that people frequently see in Miamisburg. And that's another thing you love about the festival is you can give people the bigger stage to be in front of a bigger audience than they normally get in these smaller venues that they play. And I got to say, hats off to Jane's for sponsoring and supporting David like she does. On Thursday nights, he is there every week hosting that open acoustic open jam night. Remember, it's acoustic. It is not, don't bring your big axe and Marshall stack or anything. No, don't do that. So thank you, David Thornton. Again, enjoyed your set. Got to hear some more of him, actually. He played almost 2 hours prior to our headliner, which was Audio Graffiti, who went on at 7:30 on Saturday. They were brought to us by Bennett's in Miamisburg. It's a nice restaurant, by the way, if you want to go check that out. Brad Martin on guitar and vocals, obviously. Dave Anderson on bass and vocals. Kerry on lead guitar and vocals, and James on drums. The four-piece band, been together 6 years. They just recently opened for Buck Cherry. They play Key West a lot and Put in Bay a lot. If you're ever in those here parts, check them out. Audio Graffiti plays a great variety of music. Their music is all over the place, but don't take that as a negative. It's a positive because they really appeal to the entire audience that way. And the people, they stayed, they loved them. We did an encore song. They did it. Always a crowd favorite anywhere we go. And they've been trying to connect with Springfest, and Springfest been trying to book them for several years. And the dates just didn't work out. And boy, are we glad it worked out this year. And we're glad the weather worked out on Saturday night. Like I said, a great mix of decades, genres, and songs that appeal to everybody. And that's so important. So, and they were easy to work with too. Just absolutely easy to work with. Thank you, Devin. I didn't know if you were going to be on here or not. Devin Douglas, co-chair of Springfest in the Burg. She was on the show with me last Wednesday as we talked about all this. And again, lots of moving parts in these shows. So thanks to Mike and company, Twilight Sound and Light, because they make it happen. And Steve Stein, my bro, he makes everything happen. He does. All right, I got to keep going here because we're running late. So let me get going about Sunday. Springfest Sunday, my favorite day there. Not because it's over. It's just one of those more laid-back days. This kid named Kellen Allen opened up, 16-year-old Miamisburg High School sophomore. Okay, and here's how we get introduced to Kellen Allen. He walks in all excited. He's never played a stage in his life either. He plays on the corners and at school and, some of that stuff and all that in front of his friends. Brought a huge crowd, I must say. Huge crowd of followers. He's got a little TikTok following, I think. And first time ever on the stage. And I look over at his guitar, and it's got a wire going in the guitar. and there's like a little microphone on the end of the wire, and the wire runs out, and it's masking taped to the bottom of the guitar and to a plug that's taped on the back. And I'm thinking, oh boy. And the sound guys are thinking, oh boy, what's going to happen here? Got him plugged in, got sounded good. He started singing. He and I talked before, and Kellen, like I said, first time on stage, been playing only for 2 years. And I asked him if he could play with any country singer, because he's a country kid. Said, any country singer you could play with ever. He said, George Strait. I thought, all right, we're in. We're in here. This is going to be good. And boy, was he. He blew the crowd away again. It just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Kellen Allen Music on TikTok. And I believe it's Kellin. I hope I'm spelling that right. Devin, if you're out there, please tell me. Please tell me if you can, if that's not right, because that's how I had it written down, but I write phonetically so I can say it when I'm talking off the sheet. And sometimes I don't always spell the names right. But I've got to give Kellen a big shout out. I know Ed liked him a lot. He was happy to hear him play. And he was what? Pandering to the old folks. Okay. You think so? Steve says, I like Edward Sawicki's people pictures the best. Yes. The drone shots were cool. We were going to mention those. I'll mention them now. Yes. Kellin, Ed said. Okay, good. Perfect. I got that. Well, I got it right. How about that? He was on the acoustic side stage to open the show on Sunday. And then, thank you, Kellen, by the way. Love to hear more of him. And then Ben and Pete. You can't have Spring Fest without Ben and Pete. Both of them school teachers in Miamisburg. Very well received by the audience. They're always a huge fan favorite of that. They were sponsored by Ron's Pizza. Well liked by kids that have had them in class or that been in their classes all the way up to the adults. Been playing together for 14 years. And they play places like Jane's on Main, Lucky Star. In Springboro, they play Elsa's, Mr. Burroughs, Heather's. And they also play at Milano's this Wednesday, by the way. If you're out and about Wednesday and you want to hear some music, acoustic music there with Ben and Pete, check that out. And just two super nice guys that I've learned to really appreciate because they come in and they do their thing. And just really nice. My granddaughter had Ben as an art teacher and loved him. And they're just wonderful people. And they play a very eclectic set list of songs that relate to the audience from 8 to 80. That's cool. I mean, they're singing Hakuna Matata to Elvis. Man, they're doing all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, Ben and Pete on Sunday. When they hit the stage, it lights up the audience. Man, they love those guys. They really, really do. And for real. Who else we got out there? Hi, Stephanie Agenbrod. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Devin says he's the best. Are you talking about Steve or are you talking about somebody else? The comments are always late. You notice I'm sporting the new Springfest in the Burg attire this year. And thank you for the jacket, Devin. It saved our lives on Friday and Saturday. It did. And Glenn's just worn out listening. Thank you. Yeah, we're about out of time here, guys. I gotta get this, but I want to talk about the headliner on Sunday. They've been the headliner on Sunday. Has been 3 years now running, I think. Party Punch, sponsored by Three Dips Ice Cream, the official ice cream of Springfest in the Burg, by the way. Magic Mike on bass, B Shuts on guitar and keyboards, Mbop Seth hitting it up on the skins back there, playing the drums. Mr. Jim Membership playing keys and singing and vocals and all kinds of stuff he does. And B Harv, my good buddy Brandon Harvey, singing up front, being the front man to that band and absolutely tearing it up as they did with a capacity crowd on Sunday at Springfest in the Burg with dancers. It was amazing as always. Hot. It went from cold on Saturday to hot on Sunday. It was super hot on that stage. and they just did their thing. Absolutely so much fun. This band puts on a show, man. If you want to see a great show, you want to go out and dance and party, go see Party Punch. And I love some of the stuff they're doing, mashing up songs, doing things like that now. That was really a cool touch as well. And, you know, there's some good frontmen, and then there's some very exciting, talented frontmen, and Brandon's one of those. He's out there kicking it up and getting the crowd involved. And the band's out there. I looked out once, and Brian's out there with the guitar, and Mike's out there with the bass, and they got the audience all cheering for them, and it's just a hell of a show. They've been together for 8 years. And one of my things on my sheet, I asked the bands, I said, what are your accomplishments? You know, if you got an EP, if you opened for somebody, all that. And they said, our biggest accomplishment is staying together for 8 years. I thought that's pretty damn good. And that's pretty intelligent. It is. It is. It is. It is. So what if Devin says Ed is getting more swag next year? Ed's the man. He wore my apparel, and I was proud to have Ed wear it because he's like the icon, man. Hey, my dogs are telling me we're out of time. So thank you, Party Punch. Those guys are great to work with. And, you know, they come in, they've been there so much, and Twilight Sound and Light works with them so well. The setup is perfect. It just goes boom, bam, it's done. They're ready to play. And boy, did we have a good time on Sunday, too. The weather was perfect. Got a little warm for some people, but, you know, the extreme thing. But it was perfect. And hats off to the festival committee again. Because not only is there music we're talking about, there are 13 whatever food trucks, something like that, 100 plus vendors that are in their Maker's Mart, as it's called, selling all their products and fun stuff around the and this festival grounds is built, or this park is built for a festival. It's built perfect for a festival. The west facing stage, I'm going to argue with somebody on that, but yeah, that gets a little hot in the sun in your eyes at sunset, but the park itself is built with walkways and things just perfectly. And there's so much happening in Miami's Burg. Great things in the Burg, as they call it. And there's a lot going on down there. And you can go down. It's a Dora district. You can get an adult beverage. You can walk through the park with it, grab some food at one of the local establishments, and go sit on a bench and look at the river. It's spectacular. So please check out Miami's Burg if you can, and go see a show there. They have a summer concert series. You can find that on the Miami's Burg's Parks and Recs Facebook page as well. And I'll be down there for about 4 or 5 shows this year with my trivia stuff. So come to the amphitheater. I look like a little speck on that stage doing my thing, but it's a lot of fun. And Ed said, also love the young man. Yeah, we gave that young man a Springfest production shirt. The black shirts are the production team. And we gave him one of those. We had a little smaller one, and we gave it to him. And you'd have thought he put that on right away, and he danced the entire day on Sunday. Party Punch set 2 hours long, and he danced it, man. The kid was amazing. I think his name was Joe. Joe did a really good job. And thank you, Bill. I appreciate you very much for being here. Thank you also to Carla. Thank you, Carla, for the great comments there. Samantha, thank you for that. And, I try hard. I do. And we try. We try. My voice held out, so I was happy. It was a good thing over the weekend. And such nice people. So many people come up and compliment us on the music and compliment us on the venue and the sound and lighting. Didn't have anybody walk up and say, oh, the sound sounds like crap. You usually get some musician that'll say that, but not at all. And there were a lot of musicians who came to watch too. Saw Chris Reese from Dat Band there. Some of our friend Gina McCann was there. I'm going to miss some people, but there were so many. Brian Scott, Scotty Bratcher was in the house. That's always cool. Always cool. Hi, Chad. What's going on, buddy? Or hey, you can call me Jay Scott if you want. That's fine. Miami's Burg Jay was there. He videos too. He does a great job of doing that. So he's like the Bill Dankoff of Miami's Burg. He is. And Connie and Carl, again, thank you so much for covering the event and all the posts you did. And I'll get to accepting all those tags on my page. I get busted by Facebook for over posting. So when I get tagged a lot, I have to kind of tier those over days at a time, and I'll do that. and we'll get those on there. So thanks so much, everybody. We appreciate you. The show ran pretty long today. We will be back tomorrow with Hot Topic Tuesday. Karis joining me, episode 150. Is it 58? Maybe tomorrow? Something like that. 158 tomorrow. We'll see you then. And remember this week, guys, get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. I'm Scott, your host. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go.
Don't forget, guys, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of me and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they may represent. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here at All Around Town Radio. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great night.